Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Saturday, November 19th, 2016 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi, just doing it again, and our energy mantra for today is I uncover the power of the jewel within the lotus. And today we have some things going on, and one thing in particular feels really exciting to me astrologically. We have Neptune moving direct. So we talked a lot about that yesterday. Neptune moving direct after 5 months retrograde. 5 months of us really being able to dig in, go back in time, go back in the past, go back into our ancestral energies, go into our past lives and dig up that which has needed to come forward. And before Neptune goes direct this evening, it's moving direct this evening at 8:38 p.m. Before it moves direct, we have one last connection, and this one's like a major connection to me, because the information that came through was like, whew. And Mahalo agrees. So we have Neptune connecting with Venus today. Venus is in Capricorn. So this connection is a sextile. It is a helpful connection. And Venus can represent our value. It can represent our talents, our beauty. It can also represent relationships. But what came up in this is that energy of the jewel in the lotus. I'm actually going to show you the card that came with, because I'm like, oh, the jewel in the lotus, the card transformation. And that's what I feel like in this last connection before Neptune goes direct, is there's this unearthing of the jewel in the lotus. And what it means to me is like, this is unearthing another level of that feminine energy that's been buried within the patriarchy. This is giving you a little bit more information, a little bit more understanding in this energy. What's so brilliant is that this energy is connected. Venus is connecting today to the North Node, and the South Node. And Neptune is still connected to the North Node and the South Node. And the North Node and the South Node bring, this is destiny, and this is where you've been, and this is the lessons. So those bringing in that thing is like, this is important. This is a piece of your destiny. So it's unearthing that the jewel in the lotus. It's not even like necessarily the feminine energy or yin energy. It's the jewel in the lotus. It's this energy within you that's wanting to come up and come through. And we'll probably get more understanding around that in a few days when Venus meets up with Pluto in Capricorn. But right now, Neptune is unearthing some of those little, some of those little checkpoints that may come up within your knowing, within your being around this energy. So pay attention when it comes to your worth, when it comes to the worth around your yin energy, when it comes to the worth around your jewel in the lotus, whatever you consider that to be in you, that soul energy that it's contained within you, that seed that's within you. When it comes to that, be paying attention, and be paying attention to the things that light your fire today, like whew. Imagine like a flame just coming up and that sound that it makes. Pay attention to that energy, because that may be a key to this energy. So that being said, we have the moon in Leo, which is tuning us into our inner light. Maybe that inner light is shining a light through and on that jewel in the lotus. And the moon in Leo is making some beautiful connections in this as well, igniting our creativity. The moon is connecting to Mars. Mars is in Aquarius. This is happening at 7 degrees. And what came with this is, part of this uncovering process is the recognition that we are all working together in this uncovering of patriarchy. So even the people who are like trying to hide the patriarchy right now, what they're doing is they are triggering these things in others who are working to liberate the jewel in the lotus. They're triggering that so that you know what to do. We are in this together. So you can fight and push against those, or you can keep noticing what is your path. How are you working together with everything that is? This is not meant to be divisive. This is meant for us to come together, but it's up to you to recognize this in this energy. Moon connecting to Mercury in Sagittarius at 11 degrees, a healing degree, brings master level understanding about this process. And so I think that understanding is that reflection energy, that we are working together in this uncovering, even if it looks like somebody's trying to cover it up, even if it looks like somebody is like running and hiding from it. We're all waking up in this process together. So pay attention to that and what is your part in uncovering the jewel in the lotus. Have I said that enough today? What planet's going direct? Neptune. Neptune going direct in the evening. So like I said, after 5 months of really digging in, now we're moving forward with these lessons. Now we're moving forward in this place of compassion and forgiveness because of what we have learned over these last 5 months since June. What has been your journey since June? What have you learned from the past? And how are you taking it with you as you move in this forward? And like I said, there's such a strong energy of this being like destiny, so important to the moment. And so just pay attention to those ahas, the insights that come through today. Even if you don't quite grasp them, even if you don't quite know them, even if you can't quite embody them, be like, okay, see, that's there, that seed that's going to grow, I'm going to understand it. The final aspect of the day is the moon connecting to Jupiter. Jupiter in Libra. And so this to me is like cultivating the energy of self-love throughout all of this, uncovering the power of the jewel in the lotus for yourself. I'm going to keep coming back to it because it just came so strong for me. And so pay attention, love on yourself to help uncover this golden, beautiful jewel light within you, although it may not be golden. The light around it's golden, but your jewel may be many different colors. This is part of the transformation process. And I really like the mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, which is like praise the jewel in the lotus or honor the jewel in the lotus. Basically, it pays homage to the jewel in the lotus, which is this transformation power, recognizing that beam of light within you. And this is the power of the feminine energy. It's the feminine Shakti energy from the root chakra in this card, the Kundalini energy coming up, being brought forward, being brought into life. There's that little snaky helping bring it. And that to me brings to light the energy of Lilith. Maybe Lilith is the Kundalini snake that exists within you. The other cards that I have is power. This is part of the process of recognizing not power, I'm calling it power, control. That's what we used to think was power. This process of recognizing the jewel within the lotus is letting go of these old illusions of control and instead letting the light pour in and letting that be what drives you, moves you. Holding the compassion, understanding for those of us playing our various parts as we go through this. We are meant to experience each and every single one of these things to get to this moment of success. It's a moment-to-moment thing. So trust this process, but meanwhile, be aware of your own control. And that own control is like, I think it should be this way and it's got to be this way right now. Unraveling takes a lot of different paths. It takes a lot of work. And it's not just always this direct, oh, there's this thing and I've got to unravel it and it's going to be this way. Especially not when millions of souls are involved. So hold that compassion and meanwhile, focus on the jewel in the lotus. Drinking game. How many times did I say that through this horoscope? So that is it for today. Book a reading. I have my reading sale going and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.